Hey, what's up? I'm Jordan.
And I am Chad.
And we are Newfound Glory, and you're watching the Kerrang podcast.
Kerrang! Welcome to the Kerrang podcast, day one at Reading 2011. Here I am with Jordan and Chad of Newfound Glory. How are you doing today?
Good, man. How are you?
How are you?
Cool, man.
Do you need to be in the picture?
I don't. No one needs to see my face.
Alright, fine.
That's cool. So you played this afternoon. The weather was terrible just before you went on stage, and it brightened up for a while.
Yeah.
Do you think you had anything to do with that?
Yeah, I mean, our music just causes miracles to happen, you know, and
the clouds part and the sun comes out.
yeah, I mean, how else would sun show at Reading Festival, you know? And it's our songs go through the clouds.
Yeah. How do you approach a festival set? Is it like, did you like a sort of greatest hits? You know, everyone's a winner type set, or did?
Yeah, definitely for the fest we do like greatest hits.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna play everything that the kids want to hear. You know. Yeah,
it's tough because the amount of records we have, like we can't even play 2 songs from each record because at a fest like this we get 40-45 minutes, and 2 songs from each record now is like, you know, 15, 16 songs.
Yeah.
So
it's probably something Def Leppard faced once upon a time.
it's making our normal headline gigs longer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So you've been playing the UK a series of dates up until this weekend. How have the shows been going?
Those shows were awesome because because we played Reading and Leeds. We played smaller clubs on this run, and it was really rad because it was just packed and just sweaty and people right up close and personal. You know, here it's massive amounts of people, but you're kind of far away, so it kind of loses a little bit of that connection. But I mean, it was awesome. So.
I mean, with Radiosurgery, you know, ready. Do you just want to play all of that now?
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, I'm excited for people to have the new songs and hear the new songs because they're party songs. And for, you know, over here, I said this on stage, there's a lot of like clubs that play rock music and punk music and metal music, and I really feel like our new album more than anything could be played in those clubs on those nights, you know, just sort of, the record is a very fun record. So I'm excited to play those songs live because I think they'll go over better than some of our older ones.
I feel like it sounds like everyone stepped up their game even more on this album. Is that because you put yourself through such a hard process when you were writing the songs originally?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely put ourselves through a hard process and threw away a lot of material and all that stuff. But you know, I kind of feel like we're the band that we've always worked hard to be where we are. So if we don't feel like we're working hard, then we sort of feel stagnant. And I feel like that's why, you know, we pushed ourselves, and we constantly are pushing ourselves. And why we try to make everything feel really fresh, even though we've been around for a while, is because we challenge ourselves and change it up.
Yeah, that's cool. So, I mean, what's your personal highlight of Radiosurgery?
For me, are you talking about recording the record? Just being able to work with Neil Avron again. I mean, he always brought out the best in us, you know? And it was a few years, it's probably about 5 years since we had worked with him before this record, so working with him was probably like the highlight. I mean, I think for all of us, you know? And being able to just, you know, connect with him again, and even some of the old jokes are still funny and stuff, you know? So, I don't know, it was just good. It was good.
What about you, Chad?
Highlight of the record?
Yeah.
Highlight of the record.
During the recording process, what stands out for you that you just walked away, you went home and thought that was a good day?
I don't know. I sang on some parts on the record, which I thought was pretty cool and different. You know, I never really sang on the records before, but a lot of the songs we wanted again to feel not live, but just sort of feel classic. And a lot of bands do their own harmonies. The lead singer does her own harmonies on the record, which is totally fine. It sounds good. Jordan did that on pretty much all of our records, but this time around to kind of give it a little bit of different vibe, I sang a lot of the harmonies on the record and have a couple little parts here and there where it's actually just my voice.
Yeah, do you think that's because like you had the confidence to do it after doing your
the solo stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think I got a little bit more confident in the singing, but I just feel in general, I feel like I do those parts live anyway.
Yeah.
So even if I don't sound perfect and I don't have the prettiest voice, it'll just add a slightly different feel than we've had on other records.
It's cool. So what's next for the band? You know, what's coming on the horizon?
We have a U.S. tour, a headline tour, October, November, called the Pop Punk's Not Dead Tour.
All right.
And then
I noticed that on the back of your denim jacket.
yeah. And then after that, I mean, we're probably going to come back here early next year. So yeah.
That's cool. So how many dates do you think you'll be doing in the US, and who will you be out with?
It's a month and a half long, and it's the bands are Set Your Goals, The Wonder Years, This Time Next Year, and Man Overboard.
Oh wow!
So
excellent. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So this weekend, who else will you be trying to check out once you've done all the press?
Well, I really wish we had the lockup stage, but our day gets the dance stage.
Right.
Because there's like, you know, the Descendents and so many cool bands on that lockup stage this year. But on our day, there's a band called the Vaccines.
Oh yeah.
It sort of has a little throwback element in a lot of their songs. Some of their melodies sound like old Ramones melodies, but it's more in this like indie English rock kind of way. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of cool. So I want to go see I think we all wanted to go check out the Vaccines live.
I wanted to see the Computers, but I think they already played.
All right.
And I think it's awesome that they remind me of a lot of the bands that I liked growing up.
Yeah.
And I know they were produced, like the record was produced by Speedo from Rock
Yeah.
from the Crypt, and it totally has that vibe,
Yeah.
you know, just him yelling over it. So.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, nice, dude.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy that record. So.
Yeah. Descendents might be an unfamiliar name for some of the younger readers and viewers of the Kerrang podcast. Could you tell us which album they should check out first?
Yeah.
That means a lot to me, Frank Lloyd.
Well, I feel like the Descendants record you should get is Summary, which is Summary. Yeah.
It's just a collection.
A collection of all their stuff, and Descendants are an amazing band. They're sort of just like the Ramones. Descendants, years later are a sort of a pop punk band that writes songs about being a loser and not wanting to grow up, and songs about girls and getting his heart broken, and that sort of like again translates into what we're about, and what we are. And so the Descendants are really fun. The recordings aren't perfect, but they're all like really amazing musicians. Like the guitar player, all of them, they're all like amazing musicians, and they have like really catchy pop punk songs.
And Stefan, the guitar player, is probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my whole life.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, have a great weekend in the UK. We'll hopefully see you early next year. And
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Correct.